Dylan Hodge, Unit 28, Assignment 2. TV interviews. To begin with, in the TV interview you need to be able to communicate accurately. This is because if the interviewers or the watchers cannot understand you, they will not take you seriously as a Salford player. Communicating accurately basically means very clear with a good volume pitch, so everyone can hear you and having the ability to explain and extend. Looking at the cameras or the interviewers when speaking and listening is important, and this is called eye contact. Your eyes show how you are feeling at the moment in time. For example, if you are looking at the floor, rolling your eyes, or looking the opposite direction, it doesn't show that you want to be there, and it isn't very mature for a professional football player who plays for Salford City. To add on, you might also want to try and speak with technical vocabulary to show that you are well educated and keep the interviewers interested in what you are saying, and show everyone you can mix up how you say different things. You need to be prepared to communicate in a TV interview. If the interview is live on TV and you say the wrong thing, it can have a bad impact on your career, and this isn't good for you. The interviewers may mix up the type of questions they are asking, and you have to have a reasonable answer for every question to look professional. So this is why you have to be prepared. Personal delivery is key in communication. If you answer the question in the same way constantly throughout the interview, for example, if you are slouched and speaking in a boring, slow voice for 5 minutes, then the public and the interviewers won't take you seriously, and this won't be good for you as a professional Salford player. So what you will have to do is mix up how you are answering the questions, some short answers, some long. Make sure when you are speaking you speak confidently and deliver well, and you will succeed. How you decide to look in the TV interview will in fact also show what type of person you really are. For example, if you turn up in the interview looking dirty and sweaty after your game, the public/fans and interviewers might not like you, and it shows that you are not very prepared for an interview at any time. If you finish the game, have a shower, get changed into a suit, and then deal with the press/interviewers, it shows how mature and well prepared you are as a footballer, and has a good impact on your club as well as you as a performer. It shows that under pressure to prepare for an interview, you can go and get ready to look nice and presentable and prepare what you are saying at the same time. Timing is very important in an interview in many ways. First of all, if they ask you a question and you are not quick to reply, this will show that you are hesitant and not 100% ready to do your interview, which will also show you are ill-prepared. If you wait for the interviewers to ask you a question and then reply as soon as they are finished, this will show you are very patient and confident with what you are saying. If you interrupt what the interviewers are saying, then you might come off as very rude. Requirements for different media types is a key point. As a Salford FC player, you need to be ready for anything. You need to be ready for the different media types. For example, if you're stressed and nervous for a big interview, then you need to carry on. Radio interview. Communication over the radio has to be clear to the listeners. This is because they cannot see who is speaking, so body language is out of the question. If the player says something and uses body language to describe the way he's saying it, the viewers might not understand what he's saying and take it in the wrong way, which could cause rumours. The player has to project his voice and speak with all confidence to make the listeners interested in what he says. Preparation for communication is important because the player does not want to say the wrong thing or panic when being interviewed. If the question is asked and the player hesitates, everyone who is listening to the interview on the radio will know they are unprepared. If the interview isn't going well for the player and everything is silent because they don't know any responses to the questions, then the interviewers won't be able to ask as many questions, and the Salford FC player won't be taken seriously. Personal delivery styles has to be unique and in the player's own way. What I mean by this is when the player is answering questions, he should do it in his own way, which includes speed he's speaking, the tone of his voice, the body language and eye contact to the interviewers, and how he approaches the questions. Appearance isn't as key as being on television. This is because on the radio interview, the audience/fans can't see what the player is wearing, but the interviewers still can, and this is why you must still dress respectfully. This means do not turn up to the interview in dirty clothes or a tracksuit. Still dress in a shirt or suit to show you are determined to be a good role model and represent the club well. Timing is key because you do not want to interrupt the interviewers because it's rude, but you also don't want to make the radio/broadcast silent for too long. This means when the interview, you have to listen carefully and be prepared for your response as soon as the interviewer stops speaking. This will show them and the fans you have been prepared to answer a wide range of questions and you are a good person. Requirements for different media types is key. You have to be ready for any media interview, even if it's huge. You have to show the same respect to all media types because then the media and fans will take you seriously as a Salford FC footballer. Communicating with significant others. Employers are important people in footballers' life. This is because they will employ you for different things if they like you. For example, if you are formal and have good communication skills, they will like you and employ you. You will have to dress in suitable clothes like suits or shirt and ties. Match officials are important in the game, and if you show them disrespect, they will not stand for it. To add on, match official can decide if you are being respectful or not. If you do not like what they think, for example, if it's a foul or not, then they will send you off. So you have to be respectful and have good communication. Club or regional coaches are important in a footballer's life. This is because they can decide if you play for the club and what your future is like. If you show them respect and lots of good communication, then you will get to play more often and your future will be good because every coach knows you will be a good player. Agents help players with their career and what they do and where they go, so the player has to be honest with them and show lots of respect so they know how you feel and how to help. The manager decides if you're in the starting lineup or not, so this means you have to be very respectful to him. When you are speaking to him and explaining how you feel at the club, you will have to show him eye contact, dress formally, for example, a suit, and use technical vocabulary. Sponsors will choose you to represent their sponsor if they think you are a good player to look up to, for example, a role model. This will be good for you because it will show you have experience in the future. You have to show respect to everyone and influence everyone to join your sport. In interviews, you have to be enthusiastic and clear to show your sponsor you have a determined mind. Teammates deserve to be respected because they work with you for a living. This means you have to have chemistry with them, so you can't be disrespectful or fall out with them. When you are speaking to them, you have to be formal and communicate well.